A pleasant day, ma'am. Our lesson that we will discuss entitled Handling Meetings in Module 10. Our agenda for today is all about meeting, preparation of meeting, planning a meeting, agenda, preparing agenda, and facilitating a meeting. Our learning objectives. After successful completion of this module, you should be able to describe meeting, identify the types of meeting, and describes the preparation of meeting. So before we proceed the topic, I would like to introduce my co-members, Archie Duaso, Nicole Catimpo, Joanna Tolentino, and Luisa Venus.
So, meeting. Meeting is a group of people discuss issues, make discussions, solve problem, convene for achieving a common goal. So, I know some of us here or most of us ay familiar na sa word na meeting. Kasi kahit na sa simple settings lang or sa personal settings, na gamit natin yung word na meeting. Kahit saan tayo magpunta in case na may group tayo, lagi natin ginagawa yung meeting. Hindi lang siya common sa business settings. Ginagawa din natin to solve such issues and to discuss such problems para mapag-usapan yung mga problema and may mga agreements tayo na kailangan dito. So, sa purpose ng meeting, yung meeting minutes provide a written record of what was discussed and agreed at a meeting. So you and your colleagues will have the same recollections from the meeting and the same ideas about what was agreed. So, meeting minutes, yun yung doon po nare-record lahat ng mga napag-usapan sa isang meeting or lahat ng mga napagkasunduan, lahat ng agreement, lahat ng mga problema and mga problema na solve such issues. So, importante ang meeting minutes for sharing information. Andito yung mga sumusunod. A. Making decision, creating solution. So, ang purpose of meeting, nakasulat doon lahat ng mga problema at mga solution na kung ano ang solution para dito sa problema na yun. B. Building relationship. So, hindi lang basta nabi-meeting tayo ay nag-uusap tayo. We build relationship to our colleagues. C. Sharing inspirations. We're not just talking to each other. We share inspirations. We share our ideas and motivations in life. Negotiating. Sa negotiating, dito nangyayari talaga yung nakikipag-negotiate tayo sa iba't ibang mga tao. Kasi nag-uusap tayo eh. Kumbaga dito natin parang nini-negotiate natin yung mismo pag-uusapan doon. Sa education naman, kapag nag-meeting tayo, hindi lang tayo basta-basta nag-uusap-usap and isosolve yung mga problema na yun. May mga natututunan din tayo para dun sa meeting na yun at kung paano pa natin mas may improve yung isang sistema o isang aspeto. Conduct an effective meeting. To ensure an effective meeting, all participants should undertake any necessary preparation prior to the meeting. So, kailangan po, dapat bago pa magsimula ang meeting, dapat handa ka. Dapat alam mo na yung gagawin mo. 2. Arrive on time. Dapat maaga ka. Bawal ka late. 3. Keep an open mind. Sa keep an open mind, dito dapat open ka sa lahat ng perspective na iba't ibang tao. And same po siya sa number 4, which is yung listen to the opinions of others. Dito naman, dapat nakikinig ka din sa opinions ng iba. Participate. 5. Participate. Makipag-participate ka. Magsalita ka din. Huwag yung puro makikinig ka lang. 6. Avoid dominating the proceedings. Dito dapat hindi ka nambabara or nag-i-interrupt ng mga nagsasalita. 7. Avoid conflict situations. Dito naman dapat if meron kayong disagreements, dapat solve nyo siya na maayos. Huwag nyo siyang mas palalain pa. I-solve nyo na agad. And number 8, avoid side conversations which distract other. So dito alam natin na kapag during meeting, bawal po yung may mga nagsasalita tapos nagsasalita ka din. Magkikwentuhan kayo, bawal po yun. So next, the responsibilities in meeting. A. Decide the main meeting details. Dito naman, dapat alam mo yung pinaka-main topic ng meeting na yun. B. Develop an agenda. Tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, dapat meron kang agenda. Meron kang list ng mga topics mo. C. Maintain a positive, safe atmosphere. Kumbaga dapat lang kayo, be positive lang. Huwag yung puro negative na mga pag-uusapan. Be positive lang sa lahat ng aspeto. And D. Assign other meeting rules. Mag-assign ka din ng mga ibang mga meeting rules. Hindi lang basta-basta na ikaw yung gagawa lahat. Dapat mag-assign ka din ng iba. E. Communicate conclusions. Dito, i-summarize yung lahat ng mga key topics, lahat ng mga napag-usapan sa isang meeting. And F. Assign action items. Same lang siya sa assign other meeting rules. Pero dito sa assign action items, sila yung kumbaga mag-a-assist. And G. Help develop and distribute the agenda. Dito naman, di ba, before the meeting, most usually, yung secretary lagi yung nagbibigay ng agenda or list ng mga topics na mapag-uusapan before the meeting. And last, take accurate meeting notes. Dito na papasok yung meeting minutes. So, most usually, secretary po ang gumagawa nito. Pero everyone can do this. Gumagawa po sila ng meeting minutes para alam po nila yung mga napag-usapan at hindi po sila nawawala in case na gusto nila balikan yung topic. Okay, yun lang po. Thank you.
5 roles need during the meeting. A. Facilitator or leader. Timekeeper is already. Willing flip chart recording or erasable board writer. Secretary or minute taker. Productive participants. Situation requiring a meeting. When there is a new product, you need to meet with people who can help at the various stage of the project. When there is a need to manage people, managers need to meet with staff as a group or one-on-one to direct employees effectively. Client meeting, which may require to present product or services. A meeting is an efficient tool to discuss issues or problems that concern the organization and members. Preparation of the meeting. One of the responsibilities of an office manager, office assistant, secretary, or receptionist is the ability to know how to prepare meetings. The report on what happens during the meeting and other various activities afterwards is a task that must be looked forward. Types of meeting. The meeting place is set with all the equipment to use and food to serve, if there is any, that the time to spend should be considered since everyone has an important role to do in their own offices. 1. Monthly meeting. A monthly meeting is a regular scheduled meeting which was agreed by the management and the people who should attend at the scheduled date. This may be scheduled every first week of or second week of the month depending on what has been agreed upon. 2. Emergency meeting. The discussion of this particular issue needs urgent attention on the part of the people concerned. The length of time and format are dependent on the topic to be addressed. 3. Presentation meeting. The purpose of the presentation meeting is usually to inform, to orient, or to give additional knowledge and skill on the participant. 4. Conference. Company conference is annually done in a conference room inside the company. It is usually a board of directors or of the stockholders meeting to discuss the status of the company. A teleconference is a telephone meeting of 2 or more locations through a telecommunication system. Telephone conferencing or audio conferencing are another term of teleconference and is used when a team members are thousands of miles away. Video conferencing is a high-quality audio and video meeting among 2 or more people in separate places by means of computer networks. 5. Seminar is typically educational where someone with expertise provides participants with specific information. It may be held inside the company premises or most often outside the company, like hotels or an academic institution. 6. Convention. A convention meeting or formal assembly of a member of delegates, representative, or of a political party fraternal society, profession, or industry. The participants are diverse and coming from a different places.
I'm Flor de Lisa Quintela and I will be discuss the planning a meeting, reserving the meeting room, and arrange for outside speaker. So first is planning a meeting. Syempre, when we are planning a meeting, we should know the purpose of the meeting. Ano ba yung kailangan nating ma-achieve by bringing them together? So dito sa planning a meeting, kailangan daw po nating i-consider yung mga problems or issues na na-encounter natin. For example, within the organization, na kailangan daw po masolusyonan. So syempre, kung magpa-plan ng meeting, make sure na present lahat ng mga coworkers or subordinates natin para maging aware sila na magkakaroon ng meeting. And handa po sila mag-participate in important discussions for decision making na gagawin po nila. So, ma-ensure nyo na lahat kayo is on the same page. So, therefore, planning a meeting is important for us para ma-achieve natin yung specific goals based sa situation sa isang organization or even sa ibang bagay na kailangan natin ng progress or growth. So, mahalaga daw po na pinagpaplanuhan para daw po maging maganda yung outcome ng isang bagay or yung meeting na gaganapin. Next is reserving the meeting room. To reserve a conference room for in-company meeting, ibig sabihin within the company lang, kailangan natin kontakin yung person or department who is responsible for managing the room reservations. And then magpo-provide lang daw po tayo sa kanila ng date and time of our meeting so that they can reserve the room for us. So, para ma-ensure natin na yung room is available that day and ma-prevent yung conflict for scheduling. So, kung magre-reserve naman daw po tayo ng meeting room outside the company or hotels, kailangan daw po is to plan ahead and make reservation early para daw po ma-ensure natin yung availability and ma-secure yung gusto nating venue for the meeting. So, para daw po mas organize and coordinate things properly. And ma-identify natin yung mga possible issues or problems so that magkakaroon tayo ng opportunity kung meron mga adjustment na kailangan baguhin. And also para maging success and productive yung meeting experience natin. Next is arrange for outside speaker. So, bakit nga ba mahalaga na mayroong outside speaker sa isang meeting? It is because sila po yung nagbibigay ng mga new ideas, knowledge, and insight na that can inspire sa mga attendees. And minsan sila po yung nagpo-provide ng mga expertise on the specific topic that may not be available sa kanilang organization. So sila po yung tumutulong para mas ma-enhance yung meeting experience and also para po magkaroon ng strong relationship between the speaker and the members. Kumbaga magkakaroon sila ng engagement. So, when we contact the speaker, we should provide the following details. First, date, time, and location of the meeting. So, we should tell them when and where the meeting take place. General information about the organization. So, yung mga basic information lang daw po ng organization like yung its goals and objectives niya. Nature of the audience. Kung sino-sino daw po yung mga attend ng meeting and kung ano yung roles nila sa isang organization. Purpose of the meeting. So, we should clarify to them kung para saan yung meeting. Number of attendees. We should let the speaker know how many will be present to the meeting. And next is type of presentation that the speaker would give. So, need daw po natin ipaalam kung anong klaseng presentation or content yung dapat na i-deliver or i-message na ipo-provide po ni speaker. Next is professional fee. We should discuss the payment na pwedeng ma-receive ni speaker in exchange of his or her service. Next is the expense to be paid such as hotel accommodations, meals, transportations, and others. So, these are the expenses na covered po ng company. And lastly, when the speaker has agreed to attend the meeting, ask for his resume to be used in introducing him. So, ayun nga po, yung resume, yung basis nila para ma-introduce si speaker properly and correctly sa mga attendees. Para daw po aware sila kung ano yung background these speakers. So, by providing these details, ma-ensure natin na yung speaker is well-informed and prepared sa gaganaping meeting or event. So, that's all my part. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Katimpo Nicole and I'll be reporting all about agenda. An agenda is a list of meeting activities in the order in which they are to be taken up, beginning with the call to order and ending with adjournment. It usually includes one or more specific items of business to be acted upon. It may, but it is not required to, include specific times for one or more activities. So, when we say agenda kasi, this is the list of the activities sa isang pulong or meeting na gaganapin. So, dito nakalista sa ayos kung paano ito susundan from the start hanggang sa matapos yung isang meeting. So, pag sinabi nating agenda, parang ito yung pinaka-goals natin sa meeting na dapat yun yung mangyari. Parang from the beginning, meron tayong agenda na sinusunod. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung present nating agenda, so kung ano yung ipapakita nating agenda, dapat pag magmi-meeting tayo, masusunod yon. So, for example, kami ng mga ka-groupmates ko dito sa subject na to, sasabihin namin na, magkakaroon tayo ng meeting. Tapos sasabihin ng leader namin na, yung magiging agenda sa meeting na gagawin natin is dapat mapag-usapan natin kung sino yung gagawa ng topic, kung ano yung pagkasunod-sunod ng reporting namin, yung mga dapat namin gawin, tapos kailan namin kailangang i-submit. So, parang in order to have a peaceful meeting, para lang magkaroon tayo ng maayos na meeting, kinakailangan talaga natin ng agenda para magawa natin ng sunod-sunod yung mga important things na kailangan talaga natin gawin. Kaya tayo nagmi-meeting. So, kung iisipin natin kapag walang agenda, parang sobrang hirap naman mag-meeting kasi magkakagulo, 'di ba? Hindi natin alam kung ano yung una, ano yung gitna, tapos kung ano yung panghuli. Okay, kaya kung mapapansin natin, sobrang importante ng agenda sa mga businessman or businesswoman out there. Kasi kapag magmi-meeting or magsiset ng meeting, sobrang importante talaga na organize at meron tayong sinusunod in order to have a good and peaceful meeting. Next is the preparing agenda. So, an agenda is a chart of procedures to be followed in conducting a meeting. The agenda should indicate the desired outcome of the meeting, the major topics to address, and the type of action needed. You may also want to list a name of a participant next to an agenda item. So, na-define na natin kung ano yung agenda. Next naman is sa pag-prepare ng agenda. Like what I said kaganina, ang agenda is isa siyang procedure. Paano siya naging procedure? Kasi nga merong step na sinusunod step by step. So sinasabi na sa pagkakandak ng isang meeting, kailangan sa agenda yung ini-indicate nun, yung desired outcome, yung parang kalalabasan. Kaya nga tayo merong agenda kasi para alam natin kung ano yung kalalabasan ng meeting natin. Tapos included din doon yung mga topics na kailangang i-address sa isang meeting, pati na rin yung mga kinakailangan pang gawin. And sabi din, pwede nating i-list yung mga name ng participants sa isang meeting sa isang agenda item, pero kadalasan hindi naman na yun parang nire-required. Kung gusto mo na lang ilagay sa agenda na gagawin mo, okay din siya, pero hindi siya required. Here is the sample of procedures to follow in the agenda. So, isa lang to sa example, pero hindi naman ang agenda, ganito yung kalalabasan. Example lang siya. First is reading of minutes. Second, treasurer's report. Third is the committee's report. 4 is the unfinished business matters to be continued should be itemized. So, kung sa isang meeting, meron pa kayong hindi na natatapos na pag-usapan, pwede nyo rin yung ilagay sa agenda ninyo. Next is new businesses. List of matters to be considered. Number 6 is election and appointments of committees can be omitted. So, dito naman sa election and appointments of committees, karaniwan kasi, di ba, kapag nagmi-meeting tayo, tungkol, may parang ine-elect na posisyon. So, kung ganun yung, kung merong may isasama sa ganun sa meeting nyo, pwede nyo siyang ilagay sa agenda ninyo. Last is the adjournment. Yung, kung tapos na lahat ng mga important matters na pag-usapan, kung nailagay mo na lahat dun sa agenda nyo, syempre, kung meron parang opening remarks, kailangan din ng closing remarks. Yun na yung adjournment. Yung next naman is yung in planning for an in-house meeting. Determine first how the meeting room should be set up. Check if any of the following are needed. Dito naman sa pagpaplano ng in-house meeting, when we say in-house, parang siguro sa loob na lang ng isang bahay or sa place ng boss ninyo or ng katrabaho ninyo, doon na lang kayo magmi-meeting. So, para maganda yung pagmi-meetingan ninyo sa isang in-house meeting, kailangan nyo munang i-check yung room, then mag-set up kayo doon, tapos ilagay nyo kung ano yung mga kinakailangan ninyo sa isang meeting. Katulad na lang ng note paper or yung pencils, badges for attendees identification, bulletin boards, overhead projector, motion picture, tape recording, glasses, water, beverages, and food to serve, and telephone if necessary. If magkakandak tayo sa loob ng bahay or ng isang in-house meeting, we need to secure na lahat ng kakailanganin ninyo sa meeting ay naandon. Hindi naman pwede na kung kailan lang ninyo kailangan, tsaka lang hahagilapin or tsaka lang ninyo kukunin. So, kinakailangan talaga na when preparing an in-house meeting, make sure na lahat ng kakailanganin is naandon para tuloy-tuloy yung meeting ninyo and parang peaceful din yung magiging meeting ninyo. Last is the reporting on the meeting. The report of the procedures of a meeting is very important to the participants. The secretary may be assigned to take the notes, taking the minutes of the meeting, maybe verbatim, but in most meetings, only the significant facts and important action were taken. Motions, however, must always be reported verbatim. If in a doubt on how much information should be included in the minutes, it is better to consult the manager before transcribing the minutes in their final form. So, when we say na reporting in the meeting, eto na yon. Parang this is the pinaka-last. Yung parang na-prepare nyo na yung agenda nyo, tapos magmi-meeting na lang kayo, tapos parang pag ikaw yung magsasalita sa harapan, parang ikaw yung magre-report sa isang meeting, kinakailangan na ang isang secretary sa meeting is aware. Magti-take notes, isusulat yung mga importanteng bagay. And also, we should always remember na kapag tayo nagre-report sa isang meeting or tayo yung nakatayo sa harapan, kailangan nating isipin na no more excess motions or para bang wala ng kung ano-anong galaw. Kasi kailangan nating maintindihan at malaman na nakaka-distract yung mga ganung bagay. Kasi if I were there and isa ako sa mga ka-meeting mo na parang back and forth ka, tapos parang sobrang dami mong excess motions, parang mahihirapan akong pakinggan ka, parang doon na lang ako magpo-focus sa mga galaw-galaw mo kasi nakaka-distract talaga siya. And also, kapag nagsasalita tayo sa harapan, kailangan clear yung voice natin, maririnig ng maayos na mga ka-meeting natin, mai-deliver natin ng maayos yung mga words and information na kailangan nating iparating sa kanila. And isa pa, ang pinaka-importante sa isang meeting is yung mga secretary, nagtitake sila ng notes, mga important notes. Merong mga secretary na detailed talaga, simula sa umpisa hanggang pinaka katapusan na ng meeting. Parang naisulat nila yun lahat. May mga ganong secretary na super skilled talaga nila. Kaya being a secretary is one of the most important job kapag nasa business ka. Kasi kinakailangan flexible ka doon and yung kilos mo dapat mabilis kasi kapag hindi, edi malilito ka, maiiwan ka sa meeting. Parang kung may mga importanteng bagay na kailangang ilagay, kailangan detail talaga doon na nakalagay talaga doon. Pero meron naman na iba na ang sinusulat na lang talaga nila is yung pinaka-important details. So that's all. Thank you.
So, the last topic is all about facilitating a meeting and follow-up duties after the meeting. So, in facilitating a meeting, number 1, attendees may give information or opinions after the speaker signal that he is ready to accept opinions. Maaari lamang magbigay ng another info or opinions ang mga participants if the speaker of the meeting is already finished with his speech. This helps maintain order and ensures that the speaker can convey their message without interruptions. And it also provides a clear cue for the attendees to know when it is appropriate to share their thoughts, which can lead to a more organized, productive discussion. Number 2, participants should not interrupt when others are speaking. It's a basic manner that we all should do na hindi lang sa meeting ginagawa. If may nagsasalita pa, matuto tayong maghintay at pakinggan yung sinasabi ng isang participant and wait for our time to speak. Number 3, a participant seems to dominate the discussion. There is a need to ask the person to give others a chance to participate. So, if the participant is taking too much time sa pagbibigay ng kanyang info or opinions, the facilitator should politely intervene and ask that person to give others an opportunity to contribute. This ensures a balanced discussion on where all attendees can share their ideas and opinions. Number 4, be mindful of the time set in the meeting. If the time seems to be getting out of hand, announce to the participants to table a certain topic to be addressed at a later time or ask for their suggestions for a resolution so that they can move on to another topic. Number 5, in closing, read the summary of the minutes of the meeting and ask if there are issues not mentioned. The minutes should reflect all that has been transpired in the meeting. At the end of the meeting, the facilitator should review the key points and decisions that were discussed and recorded in the minutes. This will ensure that everyone is on the same page regarding what was covered. 6. In some types of the meeting, an evaluation sheet is distributed to find the meeting met the expectation of the attendees. So, in some types of the meetings, attendees are given an evaluation sheet to complete. So, yung purpose of this sheet is to gather feedback on whether the meeting met their expectations. It typically includes questions about the meeting's effectiveness, organization, relevance of topics discussed, and overall satisfaction. So, follow-up duties after the meeting. Number 1, the room should be left in good order, like all equipment used are restored in their proper places. Leaving the room in good order shows respect for the next group using the space and helps maintain a professional environment. Number 2, copies of the minutes of the meeting should be sent out as soon as possible. This means to distribute copies of the meeting minutes as quickly as possible. It emphasizes urgency in getting the minutes to these attendees or relevant parties after the meeting. Number 3, items that require future attention by your employer should be written on the calendar of the manager and of the secretary. So, to ensure that important tasks and deadlines are not missed, it is essential to record items that require future attention on both the manager's and the secretary's calendars. Number 4, make sure that all necessary forms are filled out by the participants who have incurred reimbursable expenses. Kailangan ma-inform yung mga participants about their reimbursable expenses, and it can be done through email, meetings, and make sure rin na maayos ang form at detailed yung instruction on how to fill out the form. Yung reimbursable expenses ito yung cost incurred by an individual on behalf of the organization or activities na related sa work nila, which the organization agrees to repay. Number 5, letter of congratulation may be sent to newly elected officers. And last, thank you letter should be sent.